Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much once again, Mr. Announcer, sir. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. How is it going, everybody? As you know, I'm reporting the doing a event center for the not only for what happened on SmackDown and NXT Level Up tonight, also what I'll be making my picks and predictions. Also adding that I will make my picks and predictions for what's going to happen in tomorrow night's Elimination Chamber premium live event, only on Peacock. I'm really excited about this. This is really, really cool. So let's start off with what happened on SmackDown. It took place in Montreal, Quebec, as Natalya and Shotzi took on the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And now here's the fun part about this matchup. Now, the women's division, tag team division, is a little bit in disarray right now, and here's why. Damage Control, they are the tag team champions, but they were supposed to defend the titles against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania, and that was the rumor. But Dakota Kai's injury has decided to put those plans on hold because Trish Stratus was also supposed to make an appearance in Canada to confront Damage Control along with Becky and Lynch and Lita as her teammates, but since her injury, but they said the angle is not dead. They want to make it happen. I say this: make the 6-woman tag match happen at WrestleMania. And then afterwards, after WrestleMania, have Damage Control defend the gold against Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. That's what I would do. And then they talked about the history between how Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn had their collision. But then Hit Row came out to do a promo, do some freestyle rap, but the lights went out. And then the lights appeared and Bray Wyatt under a mask and Uncle Howdy showed up. They beat the snot out of Ashante the Adonis and Top Dollar. And then Bray Wyatt says he's got control of his family. So is Uncle Howdy part of his family? Who knows? And so he says whoever wins the tomorrow night's matchup between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, you better learn, and all you do is run. So this is going to be an interesting situation, to say the least. I was looking at temperatures. The temperature's supposed to rise. And the Brawling Brutes were firing Drew McIntyre and Sheamus for their bout against the Viking Raiders. And Madcap Moss was cutting a promo how he's going to try and beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title, and Emma was with him as always. And Ariel Helwani was talking about Sami Zayn's return to Montreal. He said he was in the crowd saying he's hyped up for this. The crowd's hyped up for this special moment. And then Sheamus and Drew McIntyre collided with the Viking Raiders. Heck of a matchup. Even Valhalla tried to get involved, but to no avail though. In the end, Sheamus and McIntyre did win the matchup. Caleb Braxton interviewed Rey Mysterio, and I talked about it last week with that special moment between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio. He says it meant a lot to him, but it also meant a lot to me. It's about respect. And then Karrion Kross interrupted him and said, "Listen, everything you said about you, but that's Scarlett's opinion. But what are you going to do about it? TikTok." It looks like Rey Mysterio has been left with no choice but to fight Karrion Kross, and that match will happen next week. And then during with the Asuka and Liv Morgan match coming up, Carmella has joined Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on commentary. And during all that craziness, Raquel Rodriguez ends up showing up during the matchup. But then Nikki Cross ends up coming out, gives Cole a kiss on the forehead, and sits on Wade Barrett's lap. Nikki Cross is out of her mind. Natalya, after the commercial break, Natalya was the last one to show up. And then Asuka did beat Liv Morgan by submission, by the way. And that was the Yeah, no. Yeah, so Oscar during the Oscar and Liv Morgan, they were like high hitting. They were very fast, but in the end, it was a decent matchup. Oscar did win in the end with that her new variation of the Oscar lock, so to speak. And then all six competitors get their shots in, and and then they recap what happened at the Royal Rumble went down between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens and all that, and Ariel Helwani talked about that as well. And Megan Moran interviewed Gunther and Imperium in the gorilla position before Gunther was slated to defend the Intercontinental title against Madcap Moss. And Gunther says he's trying to keep the sport, sacred and honorable. And he says for 250 days, he's been enjoying his reign as Intercontinental Champion, which happened. It was a heck of a match. Both men are like close in size and strength, but in the end, Gunther did retain the Intercontinental Championship. And then Sami Zayn arrived showing dressed as the hometown crowd in Montreal. Didn't get to say much because the crowd was really, really loving on Sami Zayn. Obviously, he's their hometown boy. And then they even got to the point where I don't know what they were chanting, but it muted the TV for a while. I'm like, what the heck, man? I want to hear what Sami Zayn is saying. I said, as he heard me a couple of times on Jody Scow's stream, hey, listen, let the man talk. I know you love him, Montreal, I know you love the man, but let the man talk. And he did end up talking, and he just basically said, Roman Reigns, you are going down. And that ends SmackDown, the final SmackDown. And you know what, I gotta write down the date for next week's SmackDown, and it will be the 24th. So let me just do that. So let me see. Hold on just a second, because I want to get into. Actually, the 24th. There I go. 2/24. 2023. All right, and I'll be right back in just a few moments. And ladies and germs, we're not done yet, because I have you what happened on NXT Level Up. Dante Chen went one-on-one with the debuting Eddie Thorpe, formerly known as Carl Fredericks from New Japan. And Eddie Thorpe did win the matchup. And Kelly Kincaid interviewed Valentina Feroz about her matchup and why Elektra Lopez was bothering her. Obafemi went one-on-one with Zion Quinn picking up the victory. And Valentina Feroz went up against Ivy Nile, and during the matchup, Elektra Lopez distracted Feroz during the matchup, and Ivy Nile put on her patented, I call it the Diamond Dragon Sleeper. And Nile ended up winning the match by submission. And last but finally not least, gotta make my picks and predictions for tomorrow night's Elimination Chamber premium live event. And since you can't read my handwriting, because I know it's really tough, but if you can, great. I'm trying to pull it close, but I will read off the card. So far, 5 matches. 2 titles on the line, and we're going to start with the undisputed Universal Championship. That could be the main event. Roman Reigns defends against Sami Zayn. Mixed tag match, Edge and Beth Phoenix goes against the members of Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Brock Lesnar going one-on-one Bobby Lashley once again, and the Elimination Chamber to decide the number 1 contender to the Raw Women's Championship, who will face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. Asuka versus Carmella versus Natalya versus Liv Morgan versus Nikki Cross versus Raquel Rodriguez. And the U.S. title will be on the line in the Elimination Chamber match. Austin Theory against Seth freaking Rollins. Montez Ford versus Johnny Gargano. Damian Priest and Bronson Reed. That's right. And let's go down the list and straighten myself up. Let's go down the list here. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. Now, here's what the deal is. Right now, Jey Uso's on the fence, but Jey Uso is going to betray Sami Zayn, which probably get Montreal on tiff. And I'm picking Roman Reigns to retain, to get more heat, and that way people will be begging for Cody Rhodes. But that will, give, if Jey Uso betrays Sami Zayn, you're going to see Sami Zayn join forces with Kevin Owens back, and they'll be challenging the Usos for the tag titles at WrestleMania. Now, I know Finn Balor and Ripley might win this string for 2 reasons. 1, Dominic is going to get involved somehow, and 2, it will help Rhea Ripley's momentum into WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair, where they'll have a face-to-face next week. But I'm picking Edge and Beth Phoenix in this matchup. So, either way. I'm picking Edge and Beth Phoenix to come out the winner. Now, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I got a hunch that the Hurt Business will probably reunite under and that's why I think picking Lashley to win. I know Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, or even Omos could make a play a role in this matchup. But like I said, Bobby Lashley will be the winner in the end. And the Raw Women's #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship Elimination Chamber match, I'm picking Asuka to win that. To win that match. So there's that. And puts the A there. And then I picked either Gargano or Bronson Reed's going to walk out with the gold. I got a feeling that Bronson Reed will walk out the Elimination Chamber with that United States title. And he's a former North American champion too. So let's go read the card one more time. Roman Reigns, I picked Reigns over Zayn. For the mixed tag, I picked Edge and Beth Phoenix over Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Brock Lesnar and Lashley, I picked Lashley over Lesnar. Raw Women's Championship #1 contenders, I picked Asuka over everyone else in the field. And the United States title, I see a new champion and Bronson Reed. That's that will be it. So that is it. That's all the time we have on this show. Episode 374 of Eric Lima Shenanigans, double feature. SmackDown, NXT. So it's all like a triple feature: SmackDown, NXT Level Up, and the Elimination Chamber. PTW picks to win. So that's all. So that's it. So I'll see you on the next episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, possibly a Saturday Superstarcade. But until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.